So just as a reminder, I can click and drag this, but you can see this is our animation, right? I can play it just so you can see it. Hooray! Okay, but it's kind of lame. I'd rather that maybe he moves quickly and comes in slow. So what I'm going to do is I click on the curves, and then it gives me the options here, okay? And basically, if you're familiar with Maya, you would be familiar with this. It's very similar. Again, just scroll in and out, and you can use your middle mouse button to move around. So I'm actually going to I'm going to select from here. I'm going to hold Shift and select all of these. Well, I'll do one first so you can see. So let's say I got the waist here, right, and I have this position. What I can do is that you can move these, just like you could the other keys. But you can also right-click on them, and right now it's on auto, which means it automatically tries to do whatever. And if you look, you can see it's basically creating this linear generic key. There is also flat and broken, okay? Now, we only have one key on each one of these, so I'm actually not looking to change these, but just so you can see, I could do it flat, and then it gives me the flat little bit there, and then I can even adjust the curve, like so, all right? Which is pretty cool. But I don't want to do that anyway. I kind of want them to like come out quick. So I'd probably go up a little bit, if anything. Because I want them to snap fast. And you can right click and you can do broken, which I don't have two keys. But basically if there was like, well, I'll just put a key here, we'll say. So let's say I put a key randomly here. What that'll allow me to do is that right now I have this handle, right? Come on. All right, let's just do, okay, it's unbroken. Auto. Okay, broken. There we go. And what that'll allow me to do is that it'll allow me to move these each individually as opposed to being together. So if I do free smooth, you see they're together. Broken is not, okay? But I actually don't want a key there anyway. So I'm going to get rid of all those. And then you can also just choose like the left tangent, make it linear, constant. Constant just means like stepped tangents. You can do it to both. So that's just the one where there's no movement and then it just clicks to the next thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these. Okay. And I'm going to click and drag across these. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go ahead and make this flat. So now what will happen when I hit play is he'll go up and kind of slowly go into the stepping. So he comes up fast and then he steps. Beautiful. Okay. And that's really all I wanted to do with this one. Actually, I did want to animate this thing as well. This little piece here. Is this it? Okay, good. Just to have the controller like maybe fall down. So what I'm going to do with that is... first, I am going to go to my animation stuff here, and panel 1, and I forgot that I was going to animate. You know what? I can work with what it is, actually, never mind. I was going to go through and change where the pivot is, but I think we'll just work with the way it is. So while I have it selected, sometimes you'll see it gets kind of stuck over here, like it's stuck on your character. I'm just going to go ahead and add a component, miscellaneous, and animator. That way, it's already got that in there, and then I can add the curve, go to animations, and panel 01, and we'll just call this controller so I know what it is. All right, and we're going to do the position, and I'm also going to do the rotation. Okay, good. I'm going to go back to Dope Sheet. So, good. And basically all I want it to do is just kind of go down and to also rotate like this, we'll say. Good. All right. Works for me. All right. And then let's go ahead and we're going to grab, I want these ones to be flat. So flat. There we go. All right. And that's good. I'm going to turn off that. And now if I hit play, you'll see that those two things will happen. Okay. But you'll see they keep repeating over and over again because that's basically what it's told to do. And I want it to hold once it goes up. So this is where it's a little bit different maybe than some of the other ones. So you can kind of see how we make the animation here. It's relatively straightforward. I'm sure you've done other animation things. So this is the actual how you create the animation. The animator controls what's being animated. Okay. So without getting into a lot of it, because we'll get more into this when we actually do like video game stuff, and when we go to create our buttons to make the actions happen, we'll adjust these as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new state, okay, an empty one that basically nothing happens in. And I'm going to take this one. Actually, we'll do this because I just want to start with this anyway. So right now it's just going to play this. That's why this one's the default. I can change this to the default. So set as default. And then you'll notice when I go and play this, nothing will happen, okay? Because the default animation now, which is just called new state, has nothing happening. Now, I could make this the default, and now that will play. And what I'm going to do is I'll make a transition. So it's going to go from this, make transition to this. And so now what will happen is, and you can actually, it's going to go to the transition, and then it's going to go to that thing. Which actually, what I need to do is make another clip. So I'm going to grab these. I'm going to Control C to copy. And I am going to make a new clip. And underneath animations, and we're going to make it B, we'll call it controller B. Alright, save, and add curve. I wonder if I can just paste it. I can. Alright, good. So, that was not what I was hoping for at all. I wanted this one. Yeah, copy those. Oops. Control C. Let's go to this other one now. Delete those. Put this over here. Control B. Okay, good. Looks like that's right. All right. So now you'll see I'm going to go ahead and delete this new state. So now what I can do is I'm going to have a transition from here to here. And so what's going to happen is it's going to go from this animation to this animation, which in this case is just doing nothing. And that way when I go to play it, it will go down, and it will stay down, because that animation that's playing is just this. I'm trying to see, maybe if I tear this off so you can kind of see it. You actually will see it go through, watch. Well, it's not really doing it. All right. Anyway, let's put this back up here. Okay, so that's good. We got that going. Now I just need to do the same thing with the character. So I'm going to select him. Hopefully. Let's waste. Okay. And we will make another. I'm going to select all of his keys here. Alright. And I'm going to Control C to copy. I'm going to make another animation. And this one will be whatever, B. Alright. Save. Good. And let's see if it will let me Control V. Good. Awesome. So, I'm going to turn that back off, and I'm going to go to my animator, and you can see I have panel 1 and panel 1B. It starts off with panel 1. I'm going to make the transition to panel 2. And there you go. Now, you can do it like this. So let's say I actually made this set as default, and I make the transition go to here, and then we'll just get rid of this one. What you'll notice is, when I go to play this, so it's going to start off on the top here, and then it's going to go from one animation to the other, because the other one happens first. But if I do it the way that I want it, so I'll make transition to here, set this as default. Okay, delete. So basically it's going to play this first animation, which is him standing up, and then the second animation, which is him being up, will play continuously. And in this case, it's not anything. So now when I hit play, he's going to stand up, and that's just going to be it. See this again. A bit of a hiccup there. Let me see. Oh, let's check the second one here. I don't know. I think it's just the stuttering on play. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Control S. So that saved the scene. And we are good. Okay, so that's one clip down. All right, so Oops, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my scene, all right, and then I need to do the next one, right? So I need to have another one of him. So if you remember, I made that prefab. So I'm just going to go down here, and I'm going to grab my dude, and I'm going to drop him up in here, all right? And we're going to scale him bigger, shoink, and make him a little bit bigger than that. And something like this. And then I am going to start working on him. Okay. So, here's the next one. So basically, I'm just going to make an animation. Now, these are always going to play like simultaneously because we're not having anything that's going to make this work currently. But I'm going to add a curve. Okay. And I'm just going to call this one panel 2. All right. And 2A, we'll call it. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and do position. And, oops. And I add also the rotation. And there we go. Okay. That should be, let's see. Oh, let me see. Oh, what did I add a key onto? Oops. I added it to something I didn't want to. So I'm going to go over here. Thought I was on him. 2A and 2B. Wait a minute. Don't want that anymore. Get out of there. Alright. Make sure I have the right. Okay, so that's him. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to add curve onto him. And we're going to call it 2A. Okay. Good. And I apparently grabbed the wrong thing. There we go. I don't know what I had selected. Another curve. And rotation. Good. Alright, so basically the same process. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to number all these. And I'm just going to do an animation for each one of these. So I'll just going to go ahead and add another curve and go down the arms and legs. I don't need to do the legs because you can't see them anyways, but I'll do the arms and so on and so forth. But I'm not going to waste a video on that. And then I will show you one other thing. So I'm going to pause it and get all this animation done, and then we'll start again. Alright, so if you look, you can see basically this animation bit happens. But the other thing I need to do actually is animate my camera just moving from slide to slide to slide. Which is going to be relatively easy. So I'm just going to select it here, main camera, and I'm going to add a curve, animations, and we're just going to call this camera move 01. Okay, and basically we just need position, and so I'm going to say we'll just say it takes that long, like half a second. And I'm just going to take it and move it over here like this. Like so. Good. So that's one animation. So it goes from here to here. Great. Now I'm going to create another one. And we're going to animations, camera move 02. Add curve. Transform. Position, and I'm going to want this to go to here. Okay, now the only thing I got to do with this is I actually have to take this one's starting position here, or its ending position. I got to copy that and go to my second one here and make sure that's the start of this one. That way, when it animates, try this again. It will, good, go from there to there. I'm going to go ahead and copy this while I'm here and make another clip. And camera move 3. And save. And I'm just going to paste this. Good. And then here to here. Alright. And that's basically it. So now I have those different camera moves for each one of those. Now right now, if I go to play this, it's going to be weird. It's just gonna like keep going from one to the next. But we'll fix that when we do the buttons and stuff.